Welcome to Annexed Dinner Table. I'm Cassandra, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to play Tapestry. Tapestry is an asymmetrical civilization game for 1 to 5 players, where you will be working with your civilization from birth until fall and hoping to gain enough victory points to take that victory. If you like this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell to get notifications of our newest videos. Well, let's get to it. Lay out the board with the side of the board determined by the number of players. Place the landmark board near the other board. Then place the listed landmarks on their designated spot. The remaining landmarks will go near the board. These can be picked up by certain technology cards. There are 2 decks, the technology deck and the tapestry deck. Shuffle both decks individually. The tapestry deck will go along the board here. The tech deck will go here. Then flip over the top 3 cards and place them next to the technology deck face up. There are also 2 different types of tiles, the territory tiles and then the space tiles. Shuffle these individually and place them near the board. The D8 green science die and the 2 D6 conquer die will be placed near the board as well. All players will receive an income mat, 5 of each of the house types, 1 tracker for each resource, and the player cubes and outposts in their player color. Randomly choose a city map. If playing with 1 to 3 players, make the maps into pairs based off the number pairing on the map board. Choose one of the pair and discard the other. Place the chosen one to the right of your income mat. Shuffle the civilization mats, and then randomly choose 2 civilizations. Pick one and discard the other back into the civilization deck. Reshuffle the mats after everyone's picked and place them face down near the board. Place 2 of your outposts on the map hexagon matching your capital map number. Place 1 of your square player tokens on the starting space of each advancement track and on the 0 space of the score tracker. You may need to place some player markers on your civilization board depending on the civilization. The house buildings will be placed on the corresponding resource track. Start with the rightmost space and fill left. The leftmost space should remain empty on every track. The resource tokens will be placed on the 0 space of the resource tracker. The game is now set up. On all of your turns except the first, you can either gain income or advance. Your first turn must be a gain income turn. Gain income has 4 parts. Activate your civilization, play a tapestry card, upgrade a tech card and gain victory points, and then gain resources. You will not do all 4 parts for the first and the last income turn. The first you will only gain resources, and the last you will not play a tapestry card or gain resources. The guide on the income mat will tell you what to do during each income turn number. If your civilization has an ability that activates during gain income, you gain that effect or ability now. You will play a tapestry card from your hand to the first available space on your income mat. If you don't have a tapestry card in your hand, you will place the top card from the tapestry deck face down instead. You won't gain any benefit from this card. Your tapestry card will have either a win played effect, like mine did, or a this era ability that will start from now until the next income turn. If you were the first of your neighbors to start that era, you will also gain the resources under the new era. You have the option to upgrade one of your tech cards 1 level. I'll talk a little bit more about your technology cards and upgrades later. And then you will gain victory points from exposed victory point icons on the income tracks. This one represents gain 1 victory point per tech card next to your capital map, regardless of its level. Then gain 1 victory point for each completed row and column in your capital city. And this one gains you 1 victory point for each territory you control on the map. Gain all resources from uncovered resource icons on your resource track. Move the corresponding resource marker. You cannot have more than 8 of any one resource. Instead of gaining income, you can advance 1 spot on any of the advancement tracks. Pay the number of resources listed above the space you will be moving into. Then move your player cube 1 space forward and gain the benefit from that space. Some spaces have shaded boxes underneath the benefit. This is a bonus. You may pay the cost listed on the left to receive the bonus on the right. If you are the first player to move into the next tier of an advancement track, you will gain the corresponding landmark from the landmark board. I'll go over some core benefits from the advancement tracks, but the reference guide will describe every space on the advancement track of things I do not completely cover. As you remove buildings from your resource track and gain the landmarks, you will place them on your capital city. The red dots in your city already have something there and they cannot be built upon. Each building will take 1 square, where landmarks will take up larger areas, but they cannot go over red dots or previously placed buildings. They can extend past your map if necessary as your capital expands. When a bolded 3x3 section is filled, you gain 1 resource immediately. During your income turn, you will gain victory points for any completed rows and columns. When you explore, you will place a territory tile from your supply on an unexplored hex next to a hex that you control. It can be in any orientation. You will gain victory points equal to the number of sides with at least 1 aligned terrain type. Then, gain the benefit listed on the tile. You may reach space exploration on this track. These tiles will be placed in front of your income mat, but you will still gain the benefit listed on the tile. There's a limited number of space tiles, so if you want to explore space, you gotta make sure you get there before they're all gone. When you research, roll the science die to determine the advancement track. You can then choose to advance 1 space on that track for free. If there's an X, you don't gain any benefits from this advancement. If there isn't an X, you gain the benefit and can pay for the bonus if there is one. When you invent, you will gain a technology card from one of the face-up cards or the top of the deck. Place it to the right of your capital city in the bottom row with the X. You gain no immediate benefits from the card. If it's upgraded 1 level to the circle row, you will gain the benefit in the circle. To move it to the top row, you or your neighbors must meet the prerequisite listed below the square. There is no limit to how many tech cards that you can have. To conquer, you will place an outpost on an explored hex adjacent to one you already control. Then roll the 2 conquer dice. Gain the benefit of 1 of them. This symbol means to gain the resource listed on the newly conquered hex if possible. And this one is to gain victory points equal to the number of hexes you control. You can gain control of a territory an opponent currently controls as long as there is only 1 player token in that hex. You will place your outpost on that hex and then topple your opponent's outpost. If your opponent has and plays a trap card, then they will block your attempt at conquering them. The trap card must be discarded, but instead of their outpost toppling, yours will. You will still get to roll and gain a benefit from the conquered dice. There are a few achievements you can gain throughout the game. Once you complete the objective, place one of your player cubes over the highest visible reward and gain the victory points. The game will end after all players complete their 5th income turn. This means a variable player game length, since some players may take more advanced turns than others. After your 5th gain income, you no longer get to take any actions, but you can still gain passive victory points from your civilizations. After all players have finished their 5th income turn, the player with the most victory points wins. If it is a tie, the player with the most remaining resources is the winner. If it's still a tie, the victory is shared. So that was how to play Tapestry. Tapestry has a lot of fun and interesting mechanics and just a lot of different paths to victory with that asymmetricality of players and those different tracks that you can do. Are there any other really fun asymmetric games that you love? Please let me know them down in the comments. I would love to play more asymmetric games.